Hi everybody, welcome back to Eileen's Craft Nook. Today we're doing some Christmas ornaments. So I did get this mold from Temu, and I really like this tree mold that I had with the three trees in it. So I wanted to use those in it, and I wanted a Northern Lights effect. So I'm using some glow powder that I got from Michael's, and I'm using this green pearl dye that I picked up from Dollar Tree. Whoops, kind of squirted over. And I'm just mixing those together, hoping that, I kind of get that green glowy color that you see when you see the Northern Lights. Um, so I'm just adding a little more green in there. Hopefully, it doesn't cover up the glow powder too much. And for my sky, I really wanted a dark blue rather than black. Thought black would be too dark. So what I'm doing is I'm using all my pigment powders I got from Michael's. They're all the Reflections brand. So I'm using the blue and the with some black in it to darken it up. I do have to add more black in order to get it to the color that I want. But once I get it to that color, I'm really pleased with the how nice and dark it is, and it's not as striking as a pure black sky. Just has that nice dark blue in it, and I think it looks nicer. And so I get the color I want, and I'm also going to do the bottom. I want it to look like snow, so I'm going to be using my white pigment again from Reflections, and this one I should have mixed it better. You can see mixing in these little pots. These pots are great for pouring, but mixing that pigment powder in, I didn't quite mix it well enough, and you do see that in the end result once it dries. You could kind of see that powder wasn't mixed in. But I'm able to cover it up, so it works out. So I'm just going to pour the black and white together. I want the top to be the dark blue, the bottom to be that white, and so I'm just kind of let those come together without hopefully mixing up too much. The blue does try to take over, so I end up using a popsicle stick just to prop it up so that the white, I don't completely lose my white. But it does work out pretty good. So, and now I'm going to add that green in, trying to I don't want it to lose it in the dark blue, so I'm adding it in, kind of mixing it a bit. Then I add a bit more in. I mean, in the end, it does for the most part, blend in, but I do come back and add some more once it's dry just to make it pop a bit more. And I do like the effect I got by doing this coat in there and then adding to it. So I have this larger coaster mold that, because I wanted to use the deer in a mold I have, and it wouldn't fit in the ornament one, so I'm using this coaster one instead, and I'm just doing the same thing where I had added the blue and the white to kind of get the midnight sky and the snow, and then I'm adding in the glow powder with that green again for the to get the the glowy Northern Lights effect. And it was this one that I really noticed that I hadn't mixed that powder well enough when it dries. So I'm just using up the rest of that glow powder that I had, with the green and the glow powder. And then I'm just going to set these aside to dry. As I mentioned, I did prop them up with popsicle sticks so that, because that blue did really want to just, you can see it in the smaller one, how that blue's coming down. So I just propped it up so I wouldn't completely lose it. You can see you propped them both up that way. Now I'm going to pour these smaller molds. These are molds that are normally used for chocolate making, or if you're using like putty or something, but they're really nice. I apologize, I did lose some of the footage here. For some reason I've been having issues with my camera where it keeps resorting to like a slow-mo film, and then I can't edit it because it takes forever. So I did lose a few pieces of my video editing here. But right now I'm just doing the deer, and I add a little bit. I had some little bit of white left from the snow in the bauble, so I'm just adding that into the antlers, so that they're not the same color as the deer. And I'm doing the tree and then the branch in this mold. which these molds all came from Temu. These molds here, these chocolate making molds, are nice. They're a little more expensive, but they're nice sturdy molds, and they they should hold up because they do seem like a nicer quality. Okay, so my next one, I'm doing in the silver and the blue, and I'm just kind of twirling them together. So I have the two pots, one with the silver pigment, one with the blue. It's the same blue I used for the night sky, except for I didn't darken it, obviously. I'm mixing those two together, and then I'm just going to let it flow into the rest of the ornament, to just kind of get it to mix together nicely, like a marbly type effect. Because I'm hoping it looks nice from the other side as well. So when you're hanging it up, it would look nice from either side. Now I did lose some footage here again, so you can see they're all poured. I did the one in the same way I did the blue and silver. I did the black and gold one up in the top left corner. I did one in just a white, and in the middle bottom, I just mixed gold and silver foil with the clear resin and put that in that one. And then in the bottom right, I used like that faux snow you get from Dollar Tree in the blue, and I just added that in with some snowflakes. So that's how those bases, what they were made with. Now I'm just adding some stickers. The stickers I got from the Dollar Tree, or they might have been from a local dollar store, but they all just came from local stores. This sticker here with the really pretty bird in it, I did get that as a set from Temu. I really like that one. And same with the next one. That came in a set, the same set. The fox with the little branch came in that same set from Temu. So I'm putting that branch in there. I'm adding the fox in beside it. And I think this one turned out really cute. So I'm just adding those in. I did, because this is face up, I just took the paper off so they're sticky and I placed them in. The blue one, the sparkly one, I wanted to be more fun, more, fun Christmassy. So I have this cute little deer sticker, so I added that one in to that one. And then I had some of these foil snowflakes that I got in my last Temu order. So I'm going to add some of those into these. And I'm also going to use my silver pen here. I'm just going to fill in the top of the blue one with the silver, and I'm going to do the same with the other blue one. Use my silver. You'll see I used a gold one in the black and gold one. I didn't like it, so I ended up wiping it back out. And I'm using a green one in the fox. So here's where I used the gold. When I finished it, I didn't like it, so I went back in with some alcohol and wiped it back out. I just found it was too stark. So I actually end up using a copper marker in that one in the end. And this one I had this pretty green. I thought it really brought out the green in the branch beside the fox. So that's what I'm using in that one. And then I used the copper one in the one with the flaking in it too, and the silver in my Northern Lights bauble. So you can see I made these snowflakes. I had that tiny little mold. Here are those trees. The texture on those trees when they come out of those molds is just lovely. I really like those type of molds. So here's the branch. There's the deer. I do come back in and add a little more color to the deer. I like the way his antlers came out though. So I'm here just kind of playing around with the different trees that I have to see what fits best with that deer. I wanted to add a little bit of snow to the trees, so I just took some chalk paint and a dry brush, and I'm just kind of lightly brushing that onto the trees. I do the same with the tree in the other ornament, Northern Lights ornament as well. So that's what I'm doing here. Just adding that snow in to bring out to match the scene. So here you can see that green in the first layer I did. I do like how it turned out, but it is very muted. So I went in with some UV resin here, added some of that glow powder. I didn't add any color at this point. I just used a brush and brushed it on. It liking how it was going on. That glow powder doesn't really dissolve in the resin. It's kind of still, you can kind of see it a little bit in when I'm brushing on here. It kind of still has that crystally effect. So I did end up adding some green, that green pearl that I did the first time, but I also went in and added some translucent green, the Let's Resin translucent green, to even make it pop a bit more, because I just found this wasn't showing up against that dark blue sky. So I end up adding a little more green in, and you can see here it's got that little more green. So I'm just using the brush to add this in. I do add it into both of them. Then I'm going to stick my UV light over here and dry it while I do the second one. So I'm just doing the same thing. I know that when I add the deer, most of this is covered up when I add the deer in the tree anyways. So, I wasn't too worried, but I did want that green to show up in the background. Here, I just took the tip of my little daughter here and the white chalk paint, and just put little dots in there to make like either snow or stars. I do that with both of them. I also grab my white UV resin and add a little bit of that into the green sky, because again, I just found it was blending in too much. So you'll see that I added that in as well to make it pop a bit more. Now with this, I went in and added these trees just using my Sharpie pen, because I didn't like that mica, the one that hadn't mixed properly. I didn't like how that was looking, so I went and added those trees in. Hopefully just, and I really do like how when you put the deer and the tree in front, they just blended back in the back there, the way it turned out. So here I'm just kind of playing with my placement of the trees. I'm also adding some snowflakes those foil snowflakes, as well as some of the resin snowflakes to these, just to make that sky pop out a bit more. And here you can see where I added a little bit of that white UV resin as well. I added some white to the deer, to his tail and his chest and his underbelly. And here I'm just playing around with my resin snowflakes. I didn't want a lot on there, but I wanted a couple just to give it a little more dimension. So I'm just kind of playing around with what looks good. And I just used a little bit of my Mod Podge on the back of those, so that you didn't want them moving around when I added the resin. So I just added some of the Mod Podge on there, and then used my heat gun to dry it a bit quicker, and before I poured my resin in. So I'm pretty pleased with how these Northern Light ones are now. So I'm going back in with the snowflakes, and I'm also going to add the snowflakes to the other ornaments, just to bring them out a bit more as well. So kind of out of camera, but I was adding snowflakes to the blue one with the deer, just playing around, see what I liked. I'm using my tweezers to place in them before I use the Mod Podge to glue them on. And there you can see just adding a little bit of Mod Podge with a brush, letting it dry, doesn't impact the resin at all, and it just saves, because these little snowflakes were the confetti ones. They would float in the resin, and I didn't want them moving around on me, so that Mod Podge just kind of holds them in place a bit better. But just make sure it's dry before you add your top coat resin. So here I'm just placing some more snowflakes from some glitter that I had. I was just picking the snowflakes out, and these ones are more like a clear iridescent color. I thought it would look nice on the blue, so that's what I add to the blue, as well as to the bird. I add a few in there as well, and you can see I added some of the silver ones to the fox, just to give it a little bit more oomph. This is where you kind of have to decide where when do I stop? When do I stop adding to it? And this can be hard for crafters to know when enough is enough. All right, so I'm pretty pleased with these. I'm going to go ahead and put my top coat of resin on. I did add just a little bit of glitter to it just to make it, pop a bit more. Just not a lot, just a little bit. It's not going to impact the stickers or anything like that. It just gives it a little bit of sparkle. So I do the top coat for these, and then the blue one with reindeer was a little more tricky because I had pretty much filled that one, and so I did the top coat, but I had to be careful that it wasn't flown over. As you can see, I didn't top coat the one with the gold and silver foil. I'd actually already taken it out at this point. I had a couple extras here that you didn't see me pour initially. I'd done these a while back, and I just hadn't put the top coats on. They're done the same way with those stickers and the snowflakes. So I thought, well, since I was top coating the others, I would do these ones as well. And those are the same fun stickers that I got from the dollar store. And stickers work really well in resin. So now I'm just, playing with it, making sure that there's no bubbles in it. I do use my lighter, and then I come back in and give it a spritz with the isopropyl alcohol. Here, I'm doing the same with my two Northern Lights ornaments. I'm adding that top coat. I knew it wasn't going to cover the trees all the way, and that's fine. I wanted that three-dimensional look. And I did add a little bit of that glitter in, the same as I did the other ones, just to give it that little bit of sparkle, but it doesn't, not enough that it looks like too much glitter. So I'm just making sure that there's no bubbles in it, and then I'm just going to let these sit and dry. Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, it's been a couple days. I've been feeling a bit under the weather, but let's get these out. Absolutely love these. They are gorgeous. But let's take a look at this one. Now, I did outline this with I have this Sharpie, and I believe it's like a copper color. I liked it better than the gold. Bronze, it's bronze. So I did outline that. I did put a sticker on here. You can't see it very well, but it does say Merry Christmas. But I do really like that gold and silver foil in this ornament. And these were the two that I had done previously and just finished off in this video. So this guy, he is super cute. I had put a couple of the resin snowflakes in there. There's just a hint of sparkle in the top layer of resin. And then this one, um, you know, nice and simple. I put some silver at the very top here for the hanger, but it's got that gorgeous, just got that little bit of sparkle in there that just brings it out. I love these ornaments. Okay, so then we have this one. So this is just a fun little ornament with a sticker on it, and then I put the top coat on it. You can see it from the back. It looks nice from either side. And then this fox one, which I really like, needs a little bit of trimming, but look how gorgeous that is. I put a little bit of green on there. I might outline it in the green. I haven't decided yet. It doesn't really have to be. It's just, plain on the back, but another really pretty woodsy natural ornament. And then this one in the blue, this is where I mixed the blue and silver together. I used a silver pen at the top. I added that sticker to it with some snowflakes in there. This one looks nice from either side. It's got that mixture on the back and the sticker on the front. These are so nice. Okay, and then we have this one. So this is where I mixed the black and the gold pigments. Now these were pigments, not micas. And I put the bird sticker on there. I just love these. And this one looks nice from the back as well, so either side. And when I did this, I did that circle so I get that nicer effect on the back. And then we have our ones that we had this one has the trees and it had the snowflakes and it has that glow powder in it to make the sky look like it has the northern lights. These are beautiful. And it does have like that 3D. The trees kind of stick out a bit. I can't wait to get these put on my tree. These are so nice. And then last but not least, and this one I'm going to put a hole in so I can hang it up as well. We have the larger one with the deer in it. Just a little bit of trimming to do. Has a deer in the tree, the same glow powder with the snow variety of snowflakes in there. These are just gorgeous, gorgeous guys, and very easy to make. So let me get my UV light so you guys can see what it looks like with that the glow or see if that glow powder shows up. So let me just turn a couple lights off here, make it a little darker, and then I'll just put this over top. See that? So when I hang these on the tree, I want to make sure that they're hung up with the sun. Can you see those coming out? The glowing? If it was dark, dark, you would see it more, but you can see it. See that coming out? Isn't that nice? Yeah. These are some of the favorite things I've made this year are these two ornaments. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for joining me today, and we will see you the next one. Bye.